What's up, you guys? This is Rukov for another hand of the week. We come back to the viewer that sent me hands last time. We're gonna try to finish. He sent me another couple of hands or so. And before we continue, again, please guys, help me out grow this channel. Put a like, a comment, and subscribe. I'll highly appreciate it. That's gonna help the YouTube algorithms to put me in front of a better audience. With that said, let's go. So this hand, he says, I'm gonna try to translate here real quick. The hand with King Jack, I'm just calling the flop because I have a note on the player and I've noticed some stuff about him. He's very aggressive and he bets with a wide range and big bets. I decided that he's gonna build the pot himself. I didn't believe that he has a flush. Guys, don't tell me what they have. My goal is to put myself in your shoes, like I am there playing the hand right now and making decisions with the same information that you had. Now sometimes when you just send me a hand without any information, I'm putting myself there like I have no information. If you had some information about a hand, please, I wanna have what you had, in your mind there, in terms of information about this player. Because if I don't, then I'm not gonna be able to help you out as effectively. Alright, so don't tell me what they have. Then he continues, at the least, he was gonna try to trap if he had flopped the flush, even if it's not the nuts flush. Do you have or do you do a 3-bet on the flop if you have this information for the opponent and why? Alright, let's see. So, HG. Alright, so we got open from middle position to 30 cents. Now, King Jack, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of cold calling King Jack from the button. Middle position range is stronger than King Jack offsuit. I'll definitely think of 3-betting this and calling with the suited ones, because suited ones have more flowability, but I'm not a huge fan of just calling there. I'm not saying never call, I'm just saying I'm not a huge fan. I play a 4-way pot. Alright, we got a monotone board. Now, also flopping a flush, for those of you who know, is 0.9%. For those of you who don't know, it's 110 to 1, which is the same thing, by the way. I'm just trying to pretend how smart I am, guys. That's it. Alright, so we have here a donk bet of 10 cents, which is very donkey. You need to mark that player. I don't know if you did, because this software doesn't show, but I suggest you do. Then we got a raise to 110, which is almost pot. And now I'm just gonna click it back. I do have 3-bet on the flop. I think it's the right thing to do. In case he has a 1 card, let's say he got like Ace King. He just opened, he might have Ace King, Ace of Hearts, Ace Jack with Ace of Hearts, Ace X with Ace of Hearts. So I definitely suggest here just to click back, min raise, and I mean, this guy most likely is gonna fold. If he 4-bets, you know that you're not in a good shape. Then if he folds and this guy 4-bets, you know you're not in a good shape. If he just calls, you can pot control the turn and control, by pot control, I don't always mean check. But you can just control the size of the bet on the turn. And I suggest you bet the turn as well, unless it's a heart. Then I suggest you check, but let's see how it develops. Alright, just a call. I will suggest you to make it, I will suggest you to make it $2.10. That's the minimum raise. Make it 210, see what he does. Well, after you see what he does, because if you call, you do not define his range. You guys are, again, deepish. 150, 160 big blinds I see here. So that, changes the game a little bit, but not, it's not like 300 big blinds deep. But yeah, I'll definitely suggest 3-bet here. And 3-bet for information, bro. That's pretty much it. 330. Now, what's the plan here? If you didn't believe him, like you said, he's aggro, then okay. Actually, to go back to your original question, do you 3-bet on the flop given that information that he's an aggro, he's gonna build the pot himself? Even if he's an aggro player, he still might have Ace 5 with an Ace Hearts. I wanna put the money as quick as possible before seeing the turn, and then on the turn put the rest of the money in. So that's another reason that I'm gonna 3-bet the flop. Even if he's aggro, he still controls the betting. Or here I'm just gonna raise here, but had I raised on the flop to 210, maybe he comes on top, I stack it off on the flop, and if he has a flush draw, which is most likely he's holding, great. If he has a flop flush, which is super rare, great. I mean, it is what it is. You still have equity, not a lot, but you still have some. But just because one time he managed to flop the flush, doesn't mean that's the most likely thing that's gonna happen. Most likely he has a 1-card flush draw. And when he does that, like you make it 210, let's say he calls for $4, pot's gonna become let's see, 3, 4, 550, and he's gonna have 13 behind. Maybe on the turn make it 350 or something like that. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Basically, control your own game, man. And what happens if a heart comes on the river? You know what I mean? You kind of have to be like, oh well, he was bluffing until now, so maybe he has a 1-card flush draw. Now the river comes up, you know, a heart. He bets again. Maybe you're gonna trick yourself in thinking, oh, he's aggro, so maybe he doesn't have anything. So solve your problems early. That's it for this hand, basically. I mean, once you started doing this, sure, bluff catch him, that's fine. If he shows up with a flush like you said he did, so be it. I mean, it's not a big deal. But I think you can solve the problem. Also, he did not have a flush. I thought he did have a flush from your notes. Or maybe you just said, I didn't think he had flopped a flush. Yes, you're correct. I misread that. But yeah, definitely I'll stick to whatever I said until now. Raise on the flop. It solves problems later on. If a heart comes on the turn or on the river, you're screwed. You don't know what to do. Raise here, control your game. If he checks here, make a hefty bet. He's gonna call you with an ace high flush or a queen high flush draw. And then river, you might actually think of checking back in case a heart comes and he checks first. If he leads on the river that a heart comes, then you know what to do. But I'm saying it solves some problems that can arise down the road. I hope that was too much, and I know I speak fast. Hopefully you can guys slow down the video if you want to. But I'm trying to get through both of your hands, buddy. That's why I'm trying to, you know, speak a bit faster. All right, next one, and that's gonna be the second one, and he has more hands sending me, so I'm gonna include him into the next episode. But unknown player, is it a better idea for me to check raise him on the flop? That's the first question. Second question is, after the second barrel, oh, that's not a question, so you're just saying after the second barrel I already put him on a strong hands, and that's why I just called turn, and on the third barrel I see him as very strong now. Is it a bad call that I'm chasing my draw from turn to the river? All right, let's see. All right, 24 call. Yeah, here we're gonna call. That's great. Those spots I check raise. There's way too much equity that I have here. I'm just gonna check raise. You even said it's an unknown player, or even versus an unknown player. Open-ended straight draw with a backdoor flush or with a flush draw, I'm just gonna check raise on 10 and L. I think it's a good idea to start doing those things. Whether 5 and 2 and L, I think you should not do that really, because players generally are not aggressive, and if they are, they generally have something. So if your semi-bluff doesn't work, why would you do it? You know what I mean? But here they start c-betting more often on a, you know, air, and you should like put some of those hands into your range. Same I do with a set, not on this board. For a set check raise, I need at least the board to be a little bit wet. This one is too dry. All right, you just called. I mean, again, I don't agree with the call. I'll check raise. It is hard to defend on a dry board. Now, let's say he had like king queen. It's kind of hard to defend. I don't know, Jack 10. It's kind of hard to defend on this board. It has nothing but a naked ace with a 10, or maybe with a queen. So I'm just gonna take the initiative here and do another barrel on the turn and make a decision on the river. But it's hard to defend a raise when you have a dry board. I mean, it's hard to defend versus a raise when you have a dry board like that. With a call here, again, what are we doing on the turn? Check call again. It just doesn't make... You don't give him a chance to fold with a check call. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely play the hand differently. Check raise flop. I'm gonna do a hefty bet on the turn because my equity didn't increase much because, you know, I have only one card to come. But I picked up a draw, which is great. It added quite a lot. So definitely gonna check raise a hefty, you know, I'm gonna check raise on the flop and do up like 75% bet on the turn just to get him off a jack if I can. And if he folds, I mean, we're happy. We have 10 high at the end of the day. Even if he folds on the flop, we still have 10 high. You know, guys, don't think that when you have a draw, that's something. That's nothing. Draw doesn't play on a showdown, you know. It doesn't perform well, I've been told. And here you fold. All right, well, I think you played the hand. Don't get that the wrong way, or just get it the wrong way and correct it. But I think you played the hand into the most weak way possible. Maybe a worse way to play it is to check fold flop. Or actually, the worst way to play it is to fold pre, I guess, but you know what I'm saying. So this hand is very easy. Check raise flop, bet turn, and on that river, if you think that the player is not gonna fold, which I highly think he's not, just check the river and that's it. So that's it for today, guys. I think we're over the 10-minute mark. Thank you for everyone who's supporting the channel, and if you're one of those people who do not, please smash the like button. Help me grow this channel, and when you subscribe and leave a comment or press the like button, YouTube put that content in front of more people. For those of you who haven't purchased my course, said into the last video, the price will increase because I'm adding stuff to it. The code is first30. It is for 30% off. Please take advantage of that. With all that said, that was it for this week, guys. I hope you have good luck on the tables, and I'll see you next time.